Santa Fe Group was a vision in Dr. Meskin's eye, and he had he was kind of a Renaissance man, and he had taken a sabbatical. He was a professor of public health and epidemiology at the University of Minnesota, then went on to be dean at the University of Colorado. But when he took his sabbatical, he went to the College of Santa Fe and studied the great books. And there he kind of went back to the European salon, where people would come together, they would think about an issue and discuss it and basically try to develop innovations to change the world they lived in. And Larry had a vision of, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could do that for dentistry, if we could bring together leading, dental thinkers, scientists, educators, to think through, policymakers, to think through various issues in oral health. And then basically try to stimulate change, not necessarily to implement the change themselves, but to basically seed the idea, and give the idea to organizations so that they could take and run with it. And I think looking back now, I think he's been very successful.
The group is like one of the special things in my life. Larry and I actually got together a long time ago in the mid-90s when I was a dean and he was a dean, and we had discussed the possibility of putting together a group that would really kind of do something different, and we're not afraid to take positions on certain issues. So we actually convened a meeting in Dallas. I was actually at Baylor at the time, and we hosted the meeting at the airport hotel, and we invited Larry, of course, Art Dagoni, Hal Slavkin, Mike Alfano, and that was the beginning of the Santa Fe Group. We had conversations about the possibilities of what we could accomplish as a collective. And then we all went to Larry's house. We invited one or two other people, including Richard DeStatio, who was the former president of the American Dental Association. And when that meeting was over, his entire house was littered with paper on walls that had writing on it. It was a wonderful kind of a thing. We were brainstorming, and we had to come up with a name. So we came up with the Santa Fe Group, mainly because we were in Larry's house in Santa Fe.
The concept was one in which people would be invited to join the Santa Fe Group on the basis that they had passion for the issues of the day and were willing at times to perhaps risk their career by virtue of saying things that were not necessarily commonly accepted. So these were people who were well established in their various positions, who were willing to take risk for the greater good. And it was a great group of people, and still is, while it's been expanded through the years, to be associated with for that reason.
It was so enriching to be surrounded by these people that are so honorable, who do what they do for no other reason than just advancing our profession, for pushing, raising the bar, pushing the card, and just making our profession a better one, having us work better with our medical and social service colleagues, and ultimately for improving the outcomes of those that we serve.